All right, now we're going to go into the quad stretch. This is a really critical one because it ties in with the hip flexor as well. So I'm going to show you a couple different variations of this one. The first one, we're going to have the client turn on their right side facing the door. Okay, and with this one, you want to have your body placement on the side of the back of the client. Okay, so whatever direction the client's facing, you want to be on the opposite side of them. And I like to have the client move to the edge of the table, so move back for me, Stephen. Now make sure you put your hand on their back as they're scooting back, so that way they don't fall off. And what we're going to do is bring you're going to place your hand underneath their thigh here and their feet over here, okay? And then bring their legs forward, okay, so that everything's bent. Then you will take your right hand will go underneath the foot. Then your left hand will go underneath the knee to support the angle, to keep it straight in line with their body. Then what you'll do is bring their knee. Start bringing their knee down closer to where their body is more of in a straight line. And as they start to fall backward, kind of use your hand to push them forward on their glutes. Okay, so control that. And then what you'll do is you'll have the leg on your thigh here, pressing forward to create a stretch in the glutes. So I'm going to have Stephen flip over so you can kind of see from the other angle, probably just a little bit better. So let's go ahead and flip over, Stephen. So have the client scoot to the edge of the table, move their knees forward, take one hand under one of your hands under their foot, one hand under their knee before you lift it up so it doesn't place torque on their knee. Bring their leg so that their knee, hips, and shoulder are almost in a perfect straight line. From there, the stretch is going to begin. So you'll straighten out their body. Okay, placing your hand on their hip bone here. Their foot is resting on your left thigh, okay? Here for me. So I have their knee, my hand is underneath their knee. It's not on the knee joint, it's underneath it, supporting more of the quad and the muscle, okay? And their leg is on my thigh, so I don't have to use any hands at all other than maybe to adjust it if I want to get it in a certain position. But you want to have the foot, knee, and hip all at the same height level, okay? Then support the hip so you can straighten it out. Now once I support his hip, depending on the flexibility of the hip flexor is going to determine how straight you're going to be able to get them in this position, okay? So they don't need to be perfectly straight, just straight enough to where you feel that first point of resistance, because we're not targeting the hip flexors yet. So just get them in that position, and then from there we're going to stretch the quad by pushing the foot towards the glutes, okay? So I'm going to feel the first point of resistance about right there. How does that feel, Stephen?
It's good. You can go more.
A little bit more. So the client gives permission to increase the intensity. I'm going to go a little bit more. About right there, or keep going?
Keep going.
So Stephen's got pretty good quad flexibility here. About right there?
Keep going.
Keep going. And as you slowly ease into the stretch, giving the client time to relax into it, you'll often find they're able to go deeper than what you think they would in the beginning. About right there, or keep going?
Go a little more.
A little bit more. Feeling some pretty good intensity there. How's that feel?
Good.
Okay, so I'm not using anything but my body weight. I'm simply just shifting my body and hips forward. Okay, my right leg is just my foot's coming up and down, kind of just leaning forward into the stretch while supporting the height of his knee at the same time. This is a critical component to get the right angle on the quad, as well as the right angle so it doesn't do any damage or discomfort to the knee as you're taking him deeper into the stretch. And the other point that's important is that your hand is on the hip so you can stabilize his body, stop him from moving. And because if you don't hold it, what happens is the compensation that happens is this whole body starts to roll out of the stretch, and it starts to get a little weird there. Okay, so keep him perfectly sideways, support the knee so it stays in line with the hip, and then place the foot on your thigh, also in line with the knee on this one. So this one is a big muscle So you can apply a little bit more pressure. It's going to take more pressure depending on the client's muscle mass, as well as body fat that's kind of getting in the way of things. So you'll have to apply some good intensity here, but go very slowly, because the clients who are more sensitive will feel this one almost instantly, and they might tap out a good foot away. But the clients with better flexibility and mobility will be able to pretty much touch their heel to the glutes. So if they're more flexible, they'll probably be able to touch their heel to the glutes. If they're less flexible, they'll probably start feeling it instantly. The first point to where the client should feel the stretch is going from about this 90-degree angle here of the knee and foot to just a little bit in there, and that's where they'll probably start to feel it. So be sensitive and aware of the client's flexibility here, because some clients will start to feel it just after that 90-degree point, and then some clients will be able to take it a whole lot further than that. Okay, the clients who can take it further, you will have to use a good amount of pressure and force to get them there. Okay, and this one's a bigger muscle, so also you'll want to hold this stretch for at least 30 to 60 seconds to really let them not just relax into it, but just get the full effect and get all the muscles that are surrounding the quad that will be involved kind of stretched as well. Okay.